We have a separate area we call the bakery room, which is just for bakers. So we have two double-deck electric convection ovens. We only allow baking in those ovens. We don't allow proteins or anything. So it helps keep your products pure. We have 20-quart, 30-quart mixers. We have the ability for companies to scale up, meaning they can have supplies shipped there. It's always cheaper to ship to a business than to your home. We, as Naples Drizzle, our company, we ship everything out on pallets. So our facility, fortunately, the way it is structured, we're able to have 53-foot tractor trailers come through. So there's no restriction to access to our property. Then we have our processing area. That's where we produce our chili oil, where we have drums of oil, we have pallets of bottles, we have large capacity. So we're able to show other companies, if you have this type of volume, you can grow here. One of the good things about our commissary is we don't have packages, so we don't have this $300 or $400 a month membership where it includes storage and kitchen time, because frankly, if we had started our chili oil business with a package, we wouldn't be here now. So our model is pay as you grow. So we have a basic monthly membership fee, it's just $65, and then you rent the kitchen by the hour. So we have some folks that come once a week, twice a month, every 6 weeks, but their business is not bleeding money to things that they don't need. So we are a pay-as-you-grow model.
Growth, and you can do it a little bit by little bit. That's amazing. And so for you, Mr. Tate, with Creative Duke, and looking at that moment that you said, okay, it's time to move this from a home-based business and look at where I could locate myself for office structure and support. What were the key questions that you considered in what your needs were and assessing that? And in terms of the expansion for a team, some of the developments that happened once you actually have a physical location of the space.
Yes. So I think when moving forward out of the home and taking that step and trying to figure out location and a new space, I think the first thing is kind of like, where are you going? What is the location? Is it convenient? That's one of the main things for me, especially because I have, everything is intertwined for me, business and my life. It's all very personal and intertwined. I feel like that comes with being an entrepreneur as well. But just with thinking about family, that's a priority to me. And one thing is okay, how close am I to home? Can I be available?
I'm like, what does he mean family? I'm like, you look, gorgeous. I'm going, well, how can you have family? Which I do know, but I like to give you a hard time. Brotherly love here, right?
Yeah.
What are the ages of your little ones?
So I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And,
okay, so they're not even knocking. They're just coming in it is our time because we're sitting still. Yes.
Exactly. It's crunch time.
Right.
And then plus, when you are doing stuff, you're more available for them. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, you're doing stuff. We fix that.
Right.
So that's that was a priority. And then the things that come with it too, that are pluses.
Let me just interject there.
Yes.
Let's take it back a step.
Yes.
When you started determining and what your options were for an incubation program, particularly, what were some of the things that you considered would be important and invaluable along this next stage of your journey?
So another thing is the incubation part of it, because I was looking at just space,
right?
But with the incubator, you get space as well as pretty much a team. And so the one thing I considered was being part of the incubator at West. And I considered that because West has always been there. When I did start my business, during that pandemic, West was a resource for me because I knew what I did, I knew my skill set, but on the business side of things, I had millions of questions, and you know, I was always able to schedule consulting with Wes, and that was free, you know, so I was able to do that, and they always guided me. It had always been a resource, and then later on, when I started developing my business, looking for space, I heard about the Wes incubator program. I was like, okay, like that's already something that I'm plugged into. Like, let's see if that could be a good fit. So I think that was another factor of why I went with this incubator, and because it's always kind of been part of my pathway anyway, so it made sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when you said a team, because we're always talking about the strength of a team, what components do you look at, like, for building that team? What are the things that you feel are really important in the ecosystem for your continued success and development in the incubation center?
So one thing that's important to me, and that goes, you know, it kind of like intertwines with everything that I was talking about previously, is like the idea of how everything like with business is kind of intertwined personally. So the big thing about team for me is more so like relationship and like people's energy, where people's minds are at, you know, having like-minded goals and morals. That's prioritized when it comes to the team. And like I think that, you know, especially like Marcus here. Marcus is somebody who I work with through the incubator, and we have a good bond. I enjoy working with him. Like he's an extension of the team. So I feel like those type of things are very important to consider, especially when, you know, like business, like if this is your livelihood, you do this every single day. It's important to have people around you that help you feel good. And you know what I mean? You can be yourself, and that will help you thrive as well. So I think that's like the main thing for me as far as team. Like, who are you?
And your internal team, and they're watching your leadership and how you're taking those next steps entrepreneurially to develop your business. What has that meant for them to have office space available and to utilize for the services that you offer to the community?
It's been a game changer because I'm able to do it. You know, and one of the things that I was able to do is I was able to take advantage of more programs. Another thing is Workforce Connections is a good program, and they supply you with people who need work experience, and you need somewhere on site to be able to take advantage of something like that. So it's been extremely helpful already, and by doing that, I've met people who are in the early stages of their careers and trying to figure out what they do. So like being in that position, I've been able to kind of like give them projects, let them fill it out, and kind of inspire them to fill out the right path for them, which feels good. You know what I mean? So I think having a space, that's a game changer already.
Sure.
So,
yeah. And in the tech field, where you're often sometimes invisible because, you're working for clients that could be within New Mexico, globally, all these types of things, visibility and being able to say we also occupy space as being African embodied people. And as a young Black male for you, is that also intention that people are able to see your success and follow in the footsteps? Could you speak a little bit about that impact maybe to the next generation before we move to Q&A?
Yeah, and you say that you mean like the visibility by having the space, right? Yeah. So I think it does bring a lot of visibility. You're able to, especially with your clients. I think like having a relationship with your clients and having a space to where you're able to meet up rather than trying to find the next coffee shop, or you know what I mean? Like I feel like
all the tables at Starbucks are taken. We don't go to Starbucks anymore.
We're not.
We're at Castle Rock. We're at Curious Toast, right?
Yeah, it's more local.
Local.
Yeah, it's more local.
Up in here.
Yeah, so I feel like it gives you more flexibility too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And the visibility part is a plus. And I've had to be comfortable with that because I'm a shallow person. I don't like, you know what I mean? I don't like being out here.
We're really glad you showed up today.
But you know, like over time, I get more and more comfortable.
Yeah.
And as an entrepreneur, you have to make yourself. You know what I mean? So I'm getting better and better. But if it was up to me, I'd be under, you know, I'd be in the basement. But I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Beautifully said. And I know that seeing your work with MLK Commission, with the New Mexico Black Chamber, the Office of African American Affairs, the City of Albuquerque, you know, numerous initiatives that you've been a part of for the youth, it's been so impactful. And I can certainly say, working with the BSUs throughout the city, that they speak so highly of you and get so excited when they get to be a part of your projects. And so that's so important for the next generation. We are going to open it up to Q&A, because I know you've been sitting all morning, like you can wiggle about now, and Ms. Harvey has a microphone to be able to amplify your voice. And so we want to make sure that you're able to ask some good questions here in the last wrap up of this time. So does anyone have a burning heart's desire question? Stand to the floor and the microphone will arrive. All of you 9 a.m. passionate people who got here on time. Love it.
The folks who came for the morning.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate you.
We do indeed. So do we have any questions from our lovely studio audience?
I do. Oh, perfect. Let me come to you. I'm just going to turn this up a little bit.
Just so we can make sure.
Is that louder? There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we could do professional.
Oh, yes.
And you could just state your name or your business or anything that you're comfortable sharing.
Okay. Hello, I'm Shannon Moreau. I do writing for the New Mexico Black Leadership Council, which is located in the International District. So my question is for Cheryl, where are we located?
We are, we're on Gibson Boulevard near the VA.
Okay.
We're on 5701 Gibson Boulevard at the corner of San Pedro and Gibson. We're next door to Breakmasters.
Okay.
Just up the street from you guys, and I'm always going, you gotta get over and meet each other.
Yeah, I think we'll talk, we'll make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good question.
Got one in the back? All right.
You were talking about putting a fence around your property. Property is a big deal, being the price tag. When you can only afford something that's only so much, is this something that you would recommend putting in the budget, putting that fence around? On top of that, is there a certain type of fence that you need around the structure?
Yeah, I sadly, it is, I would say it's necessary. We were a little surprised when we moved to the area. We were told it's the war zone, and my response was, they haven't been to hell. But the fence was more or less to make our tenants feel comfortable as well, because we are a 24-hour facility. We have cameras and everything, but the comfort of being able to come to the facility at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock after your day job and close a wrought iron fence behind you is a very comforting, even for myself. I actually arrived there at 5 a.m. And I just know that once the gate closes behind me, the only other person or thing on the property are these rabbits. I don't know why they're there. But it's just a feeling of security. But we had some vandalism. We had our windows broken. That was like $1,600. And those are things that aren't in your budget. So I hate to say it, but it probably would be a necessity to protect your investment.
Any other questions we got right here? Put some folks on the spot. Well, I have a question, and we have already covered this already, but I think, what do you think one of the biggest kind of rewards of doing that work and being able to step into that space of being a leader for our community and having a business and being an entrepreneur and kind of showing people that it's possible for them? What do you think is one of the most rewarding things about that?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Go on, I'm ready. Came out for this.
Okay,
Go
yeah. For me, I think like the one thing that I'm very passionate about it but like it feels good to be able to share information, especially, you know, specifically with Black people, because there's things available. And I feel like it's hard for us to navigate certain information. There's a lot of information that's gatekept too. Specifically for me as a creative entrepreneur, there's so many ways to monetize your craft as a creative, whether you're a photographer, whether you draw pictures, whatever you do, there's ways to do that. And I think being in like a leadership role it is important to share this type of information and the stuff that you learn along your pathway, because it's very valuable, and it can, you know, it can spark somebody's passion. Because I know now it's like, especially during these times in the society, it's really easy to feel discouraged, especially financially. So there's different things that you could do to help, and I think that's important because we need to know that.
And I'd love to ask, what do you feel the biggest successes each day that, you know, the struggle is real, it can be exhausting, there are the rewards on the other side. And so as we get deeper knowledge about what that success means, what do you feel that is for you?
Well, interestingly enough, yesterday, my partner actually went there. It is very stressful. The financial side of running a brick and mortar is beyond comprehension. So the daily stresses become your at-home stresses as well. But what he realized yesterday was, he thought, you know what? I just stepped away from the desk and the grind and interacted with some of the tenants. And it's not like it was the first time he'd done it, but he just realized, wait a minute, I'm the owner. I decide my schedule. I decide my time. And I think as an entrepreneur, you can give yourself permission to just step back and take a break. You're not punching the clock, although the clock is 24 hours, but I think there is some reward that you can give yourself as a business owner, that you can determine your direction, your level of anxiety or pleasure, just based on reflecting and being proud of what you've done. You know, it's not magic. It doesn't happen overnight. And the struggle is real every day. But there are a lot of rewards in it.
Absolutely. So just to close out, if you could give us where you're located, how folks can find you, and then you as well, Mr. King.
I got one more question.
Oh,
Real
yeah,
quick.
there we go. This is
Yeah,
great.
but I know that it could be a long answer, but just like in summary, I wanted to ask you, because you've been an entrepreneur here and in Costa Rica, so I wanted to
And
see.
California.
Yeah, and California. So I just wanted to ask you, like, what are some of the biggest differences that you experienced as an entrepreneur doing business in the United States and abroad?
Well, just take a little step back, and it didn't even occur to me until I was probably in my 30s that I was born into a family of entrepreneurs. I'm originally from West Virginia, and my grandfather owned a dry cleaners there. And there was a bit of segregation back then, but the fortunate thing about living in a small town then was that we were able to see Black people grow and interact. So one of our dry cleaners was 3 blocks from the state capitol, and legislators would come there and have their suits cleaned because they preferred the method my family used. But I just remember seeing them every day just plugging forward and moving forward. So that being said, business is the same everywhere. The only reason I think that we wanted the business here in the US is because we're US citizens. And there were a lot of controls there and cultural differences that we just could not control. Just the distribution aspect. We learned that there was handouts to be given in order to move our products and things forward. So culturally, that doesn't happen here. You're either in a contract or out of a contract. There's not some guy nudging you on the side for a tip or whatever. So that being said, I'm not sure that there are any advantages or disadvantages. At the end of the day, you have to make the best decision for your business and how you want to grow and run it.
That was a marvelous question. Next time, we're gonna bump you up to be the moderator for the panel, because, you know, we're pushing Mr. Tate forward. It's always an honor to be in your presence, and I appreciate both of you for being here today with all of us. Stick around, everybody, for the rest of this day, because a lot of the information that you'd like to learn about expanding global is going to be discussed in some the panels later today with our speakers. Again, I am Naima Pickett with the Office of Black Community Engagement. You can reach out to us for a plethora of resources, one of them consulting services even for your business. So we're super excited to hear about the next panel, and I thank you so much for being a part of this discussion this morning. Thank you all. And happy Juneteenth! Liberation and emancipation. We'll see you on the plaza for ceremony at 11 o'clock. Don't forget, I'm gonna be out there.
Oh, yes, we're gonna take a break for that too, so everyone will be able to go outside to do that. Before you all leave, we're gonna have some folks do some short remarks for the organizations. Our panelists are welcome to leave the stage. Thank you for joining us. We're gonna move into some remarks, and before I get to that, I just wanted to give a thank you to our fiscal sponsors for the Black Business Summit. I missed that when I started the introduction. So this work has been kind of a culmination of a lot of folks coming together, but with the Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Office that I work for with the New Mexico Economic Development is one of the fiscal sponsors for Juneteenth, as well as the Business Summit. We have South Valley Cares Center and Presbyterian, as well as the Office of Black Community Engagement, Black Chamber of Commerce, and Veterans Business Outreach Center. So I would like to ask South Valley Economic Development Center to come give some short remarks. This is one of our local incubator and commercial kitchen facilities. And please give a warm welcome to Camille Vasquez, who will be sharing.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I just wanted to introduce myself and the organization that I work with. So my name is Camille Vasquez. I'm the manager for one of the initiatives at the Rio Grande Community Development Corporation. So our corporation, we focus on food systems in New Mexico. And one of the initiatives and the initiative that I manage is the South Valley Economic Development Center. So we're one of 7 certified business incubators in the state of New Mexico. We support small to mid-sized producers. We have a commercial kitchen, so that's our specialty. And that's the incubation service that we offer to food entrepreneurs. So, you know, if you know anybody who's interested in starting a business and they're interested in learning about the kitchen and some of the requirements that they need depending on their specific products that they're trying to launch, or if they have a food truck, we can help support them in getting permitted and working with them through wraparound technical assistance.
Thank you, Camille, appreciate that. And then we do have some of the incubators tabling out in the hallway, so please make sure that you connect with them later on today. Next up, I'd like to welcome, where are we? We're gonna go here. Valeria Olivares with West. Olavi, I'm sorry. With West. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Valeria Olave, and I work for West. We are a nonprofit in New Mexico. I have the great privilege of serving as the program director in Albuquerque, and we serve all entrepreneurs in every stage of business. So we do a lot of consulting, we do training, we have a small business loan program as well, and we have an incubator also here in Albuquerque. And we're just very excited to be able to really work with entrepreneurs, and we're so thrilled to see everybody here today and a lot of our own clients we're seeing this morning, so we're super excited. We welcome all of you to come out to our table out there. We have information about whether you're wanting to start a new business or you own a business and you're wanting to learn more about how to grow your business. If you're looking for capital to fund your business, or you're just looking to learn more skill sets, whether it's marketing, how to get your product out to market, social media strategies, or registering your business really. So please let us know if you have any questions. Everyone on my team is also bilingual, so if you have any friends or family members that do not speak English, we can also accommodate for anyone that speaks any other kind of language. So Thank you all so much. I'm also joined today by Mark Gilbert, who is our Director of Incubation. He's out there. And Rhonda William, who is our Program Director out in Roswell. So good to see everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And then I'm gonna backtrack here. I know I have a representative from Arrowhead, which is at the campus for New Mexico State University, but they also do amazing accelerators and workshop and programming both online and throughout the state. So please welcome.
Thank you. I'm Kathy. Great news, Kathy. Thank you. Hi. Thank you for the invitation to let you know a little bit about Arrowhead Center. We are situated at New Mexico State University, but we serve all 33 counties in New Mexico, and really we have entrepreneurial development programming, a lot of commercialization technology, and you'll be surprised what that really entails. Anywhere from, food and beverage all the way up to, advanced energy systems. But we're here to help you. So we are also a state certified incubator. We're specializing in space, clean energy, and agriculture. But we also have a number of virtual workshops going on that can really help you with your business. We have some best practices and access to experts. So no matter what kind of business you're in, we can help you. I have a table set up there, and I'm happy to talk to you if you have questions, because we are here to serve New Mexico as a land-grant institution. And just a shameless plug, we're going to be doing a New Mexico Startup Forum September 4th and 5th, and we'll share that with all of you and invite you out to there'll be 4 different tracks. We'll have a Diverse W that focuses on women's businesses, and then clean energy, Scale Up, which is a little bit more tech agnostic, and then we have our American Indian Business Enterprise. But it's welcome to everyone, and we'd love to see you there. So once again, my name is Kathy Foster. I'm out on the table by myself, but please come by, and I'd love to chat. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for hanging with us. We're gonna take a short break and then we're gonna start our next panel around 10:10. And it's not a panel, it's more of a presentation on the future of business. We're gonna go over some stuff with the Corporate Transparency Act and beneficial ownership reporting, and then some kind of formations for the future. So coffee, tea, water outside, bathrooms. I know that the women's is right here. I'm sorry, I do not know the men's is. Men's is on the other side, close by. And we'll reconvene here in about 10 minutes. Thank you all.
Good job.
Thank you.